How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another One Piece episode review. Today's episode is episode 1075, entitled 20 Years of Worth of Prayers Take Back Wano Country. And of course, we usually get this on One Piece Wednesdays, but because things have been kind of, it's been a busy week for me. It's One Piece weekend. Hey, One Piece weekend, everybody. Someone said they like the old straw hat. I definitely need to get me a Luffy straw hat. But till then, we got this one. So let's just tilt this one on forward here. Tilt it on forward, on back. What happened last week? Well, we'll still continue the clash with Kaido and Luffy, right? We also have Momonosuke, Momo for short. Got to get them flames to make sure that Onigashima does not fall on the capital. Everyone is just watching the battle, because if Luffy wins, they all might die. But if Kaido wins, they're going to die and be oppressed for sure. So how about I take care of... Oops. I got some phone notes here. I got some other notes here. This won't be a very long review, but let's talk about Orochi. And talking about things that are going on in the country of Wano and how we got here. Because that's what most of this is. Now, I complained last week. Literally complained last week about the fact that I want the battles to be more consistent. I had to take a moment and think to myself, has Luffy's battles been like that before? Usually, the boss battles between Captain and whoever the main lead, whoever the evil force's main leader is, usually Luffy's battles kind of expand, which they have with Kaido, right? But when I think about think about the battle with Crocodile, right? And we're going to compare it to country battles because, I mean, Crocodile, Doflamingo, Kaido, he's freeing people from these countries, correct? So the Crocodile fight was kind of etched in a little bit with them trying to find the bomb. And the Doflamingo fight, see, that's the crazy part, because as long and as a lot of people hated trudging through Dressrosa, when I think about Luffy versus Doflamingo, it was in such stages that it was so interesting. And when they took breaks, and I say breaks, but when they took chances to show us how did we get here, like, how Dofi became Dofi because nay, that jackass actually being the reason why they were in that situation. And you can actually kind of compare Orochi to Doflamingo. I'll get to that in a second. How we get there and kind of in and out. But what I liked about the Luffy versus Doflamingo fight towards the end, right, is we had most of those last episodes like focused on the fight. Like when he went to Gear 4 with the bounce man, that whole fight, no matter kind of how it was almost short once Luffy had to turn it on, and because everybody's gonna end up dying because Doflamingo's doing the birdcage. Once he turned it on, that fight was pretty much focused, and was kind of hoping I would get a little bit more of that in here, but I guess the sacrifice of cutting in and out of Kaido versus Luffy's fight, which everyone says this is historic. He's in Gear 5, right? The things that we are sacrificed, that we sacrificed Luffy's constant battle for really great animation. That's none of the Looney Tunes sound effects from here. Luffy did get burned in the hand. He had to blow on it and everything, but animation in these episodes have been pretty damn good. So, even, and I liked how when we're looking in the past of what Orochi's clan, I really want to get his clan correct, because his clan versus the Hazuki clan, right? How we had everything's in black and white, but the pollution of the air and the pollution of the water, all that's in green. And then the failure smile fruits that they gave the starving people, which made them laugh, and they were laughing even when even the little boy lost both his parents and he's laughing. But one of his Orochi's concubines, the woman that's playing the string, I don't know if that was Hiyori, but when she starts to cry, he's threatening her. I don't think it was Hiyori. He's threatening her, saying, laugh. I want you all to laugh. That hammers home again. If you've forgotten how bad things were, this is how bad things are. But I wanted to talk about that, right? I'm gonna take off my fun hat for a second. Pardon my hair. Take off my fun hat for a second. Orochi, right? I had almost forgotten that Orochi got to this venomous, evil, greedy state because his grandfather did a failed coup against Odin's clan, right? You failed, you get kicked out. But because he's the grandson, he was persecuted by everyone. He was beaten up. We even see it from his standpoint where you have Odin people hammer him down. And that bred such hate in him, such deep seated hate. So it kind of goes back because I had told a friend of mine, a very, very good friend of mine who loves One Piece. I was saying he might be worse than Doflamingo. And I'm going to hold on to that, not because I think that what he did was worse. I think his backstory it might be a little bit worse, and worse meaning sad, because you're just the kid, right? Think about if any of you are justice for you. Any of you are adults out here, and I assume that most of you are above the age of 20 that are watching my videos. Think about it like this. Would you punish a little kid for what their parents did? Some might say yes, but you shouldn't, though, right? Because the boy is just growing up in that environment. And if you kind of feel that if instead of him being pushed into poverty and then him having to pretend to be subservient, which turn him into greedy, turn him into evil, conniving, all the nasty things. That's probably why he turned his back on the people of Wano, because the people of Wano beating his ass because of who his grandfather is. And I don't think anybody should be punished because of whom their ancestors were. I don't think what you should be punished on is how you react to it. Now, he is a product of his environment. And at any time in his adult life, he could have said, you know what I'm doing is pretty horrible. I'm torturing these people. I'm squeezing everything out of them just so I can have gain. While also not realizing that Kaido's actually the one in charge and you're only around because Kaido just wants you around. But I digress. It's comparable to Doflamingo because Doflamingo's family, they ruled Dressrosa before oh goodness gracious, I can't remember the name of the pink hair girl, her grandfather, before that family. Sorry, so many characters and so much stuff I watch, I can't remember all of it. But it's comparable because Doflamingo's family ruled Dressrosa with Iron Fist at one point. And when the Celestial Dragons were formed, they went off. And then Doflamingo's dad, let's call him Dad Flamingo, Dad Flamingo woke up to justice as if his name was Sparta and said, yeah, we're getting out of this. We don't want this. Now, the people, like, yeah, you guys used to be celestial dragons. The thing that is kind of almost important to realize, masses, at least, I'm going to talk in One Piece, I'm not going to talk in real world, but the masses are pretty much in the One Piece world assholes. Because you may have a few people that go, I don't know what to do because this person came from the bad place. You have other people who hold on to that hate and go, no, we should mess him up like they messed us up. Did he actually mess you up? You don't know that, right? Which Mama Flamingo, she dies. Dad Flamingo is trying to do his best with his boys. But Dofi's like, why? We were super strong and we were amazing and we could have had these guys killed a long time ago. And then you get, nay, turn them into that because of the Conqueror's hockey that Doflamingo showed, on top of giving him the pistol that had him doing his dad, right? So you could say that Orochi's, his version could have been Kaido, but not really. Dude asked Kaido to help him, and at the same time, Kaido's like, yeah, I'm way stronger than you, so I'm just going to keep this going for as long as I want it to go. Despite those differences, there's some comparability here with that. Don't know what Crocodile's backstory is yet. Oda, of all the things that I need you to do, give me some Crocodile backstory. Ivankov knows it. Please, let's dispel this Crocodile used to be Luffy's mom. Rumor that's going around. Just break it, destroy it. I need to know who the real Crocodile is. I hope his name used to be Cecil Cecil Alligator before he became Crocodile. But yeah, all the flashback stuff, that stuff was beautiful. Um, we finally see a flaming Orochi who's going to try to kill Hiyori, take her down with him. He gets murdered by Denjiro, who was, of course, the whole time pretending to be part of the court. A lot of people laid low. It's actually quite realistic to a lot of things that happen in history, especially over in East Asia. You had people who, when the kingdom was taken over, they would pretend to be, servants and vassals, and on the side of those who they hated, just so sooner or later either them or their descendants would take over. I won't say very common, but it is a common thing that if you look up in history, it does happen. So there's the retribution, and it's very artistically done because Orochi's always been afraid of, Odin's people coming back to get him. And when he gets beheaded, we do see the scrolling prayers of the people. Please get rid of Orochi. Please let let the horribleness end, and things like that. So that was very, very, very nicely done. Very well done. Oh, and we do get Momo. Momo, either hears his mother or, feels her spirit and hears her and sees his father and then sees his sister. And he's like, all right, I got to get it together. And he starts pushing on Onigashima, trying to stop it from falling on the capital and kill all those people. On top of killing everybody that's on Onigashima. Let's talk about the thing that I'm interested in. This final clash between Kaido and Luffy. Which we already know Luffy was holding on to Kaido, stretched arm, just grabbing him by the skin shirt. Sorry, Sailor Moon. And getting ready with that massive fist. And the thing I loved that Kaido said, I was like, you can let me go. He lights himself on fire, makes Luffy get rid of the hand like I told you. And he said, you don't have to worry about me running away. I'm not going to run away. We're about to do this and I'm going to enjoy it. And so the moves, like I said, I love the name of the moves. That's actually, if you haven't watched my live action One Piece review, you should watch it, whether you liked it or hated it. Watch my review, right? One of the things I do complain about is a certain somebody, Zoro, not saying his moves names. That's why I love writing down the name of these moves, because then it's amazing. It's a part of the anime thing, right? You name your moves. That's what you do. He does Flame Dragon Torch, Rising Dragon, Flame Bauga. That's cool move. And Luffy's massive hockey infused fists is the Gumu Gumu no Bairang gun, which look up Bairang. It's like great monkey deity, right? Just the clash alone, which is, make sure my finger, boop, boop, right there. That clash alone, beautifully colored. It's golden, it's shimmering. The people down there can down on Onigashima can see it. And Luffy's harking back to his training with I forgot the old man's name, but harking to his training, he said, hey, I was taught my fist can reach you without me needing to touch you. And of course, they call hockey something different. They call it Rio in Onigashima. It's hockey everywhere else. So he said, whatever leftover hockey you have, use it. So I guess Luffy is more or less learned a Pegasus Ryusenken almost, just phantom punches. Or was that? Oh, what's that dragon show? It's or is it Phoenix Icky? One of them have a phantom punch. I thought it was Seiya, but I digress. That is a different anime, way different anime. One of my favorite older ones. This clash is amazing. We should know who's gonna win this, right? We know who's gonna win this, but how we get here is very important. I'm gonna touch on my favorite animated part here. Is dragon faced Kaido kind of looking back to Momo and Yama, then looking back to Luffy. That is so smoothly animated, especially when you have the massive dragon face sitting right there just to, I don't know, something about that scene I greatly enjoyed. Greatly enjoyed. Oh yeah. Kaido said he's not gonna run because he's gonna melt him. He's gonna be melted. He melted off one of the horns off of Onigashima. So hopefully next episode, which by the time this comes out should be out today. Hopefully I will get you episode 1076 out faster than that. But next episode is supposed to be the Clash of Beliefs. The episode's titled "The World That Luffy Wants." Kaido has quickly become one of my favorite villains of One Piece, one of my favorite characters. I like the odd characters. I've told you who my favorite characters are, and he is an interesting character because he's ruthless, right? Shot. Did he shoot Odin or was that Orochi? Thought he shot Orochi. He, was doing horrible things to the people of Wano. Basically, a big gang lord guy. So strong that even Doflamingo was afraid of him. Once I won't spoil anything for you anime folks, but once you get further along, you'll realize how badass Kaido and Big Mom really were. Which that type of revelation is actually kind of what annoyed me about One Piece live action, but I won't get into that here. Probably make another video because they're getting a season 2. So those of you who enjoyed it, be happy they're getting a season 2. But yes, this episode, I enjoyed it greatly. It's a 4 out of 5. The animation alone carries this episode, no matter how much I'm going to nitpick about wanting to see more of the battle. And while the fact that I'm older, I appreciate those emotional beats showing the suffering that the people have gone through. And it's crazy because we've seen this 3 times. We've seen it at Alabasta, we've seen it in Dressrosa, we've seen it in Wano. And for some reason, each of them are very similar, but it's different enough that it's still very catchy. So whether I've just given One Piece haters a little bit more ammunition, that would actually still require you to watch One Piece, which you should watch and read One Piece. But please let me know what you thought of the episode. Any conversation down below. 4 out of 5 from me. Just man, I'm this Kaido guy. He's gonna break the top 5 of my favorite bad guys here because I got Rob Lucci, Magellan, Crocodile. I can say Crocodile is my number 3. He's getting up in there. Like him a lot. Please leave a comment down below. Don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of more videos just like this one. All right. I thank you all for taking some time out to listen to me talk about One Piece. I know I'm late. I may be late, but I will always give it to you. You'll always get it. All right. That's my promise. So please be good, be blessed, wash those hands, drink some water today. All right. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Be safe out there. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. Either way it goes. Don't be a jerk. All right. Yeah. Remember, you're not alone out there in the world. There are people that care about you and they would rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. So reach out to someone. I promise someone out there cares about you. I care about you. As a matter of fact, my social media is in the description right there. Give me a follow. Shoot me a message. Big things are coming in terms of what I'm doing with the channel. And I'm excited to share some of the stuff with you guys soon. So please take care. Until next time, I can't wait to see you. Gumu Gumu no. See you later.